Alrighty, so I said I was gonna start reading out loud each chapter of my book, and so here I am. And this is one of the sigils I have created with the partnership of an artist. It's used in a lot of places, but this is one of them. Anyway, let's dive right into the first chapter of my book, narrated by the author myself. Chapter 1, Understanding Magical Tools. Magical tools are instruments integral to the practice of various forms of magic, serving as conduits and amplifiers for the practitioner's will and intentions. In the broadest sense, these tools are more than mere physical objects. They're imbued with symbolic meanings, and each is crafted or selected with the purpose of harnessing specific energies within ritual and spellwork. Magical tools extend the practitioner's ability to focus and manipulate the energy that permeates our reality, acting as extensions of their personal power and as focal points for the manifestation of desired outcomes. At their core, magical tools are symbols of metaphysical concepts and are often used to represent elements, deities, or astrological bodies within rituals. However, their use goes beyond symbolism. Though consecration and regular use in rituals, these tools become imbued with energy, charged with the personal energy of the user and aligned with the larger forces at work in the universe. This process turns a mundane object into a sacred artifact, a vital part of the practitioner's magical arsenal, which helps to bridge the gap between the physical and spiritual worlds. In many traditions, the creation and use of magical tools is also a way of honoring deities or spiritual entities, acting as a physical expression of the practitioner's commitment and spiritual path. Each tool's material, timing of creation, and symbols are chosen to align with specific energies or intentions, making them highly personalized and powerful. Historically, magical tools have roots in almost every culture and spiritual tradition, from the wands and staves of European witchcraft to the drums and masks of African tribal ceremonies. These tools often hold a dual significance, functioning both as instruments of ritual and as objects of spiritual or religious significance. In many cases, they are treated with high degree of reverence, believed to possess spirits of their own. Across different cultures, the use of magical tools is both practical and a deeply symbolic practice. For example, the athame, or ritual dagger found in modern neo-pagan traditions, is derived from ceremonial magic and has been adapted over centuries from mystical traditions that include the Solomonic magical practices of medieval Europe. This blending of cultural elements highlights the adaptive and evolving nature of magical tool use, reflecting changes in spiritual and esoteric beliefs over time. Magical tools can be broadly categorized into several types. Some of the most common include wands, used to direct energy and invoke entities. They are often made of wood and may be inscribed with symbols or embedded with crystals. Athames, ritual knives used to cast circles and direct power, symbolically cutting through the air but not used for physical cutting. Chalices represent the element of water and are used to hold sacred liquids during rituals and represent the, I'll also interject here. They also represent the womb of the mother, or like the, whether you're talking about Gaia or the moon goddess or just the divine mother of Wicca. But anyway, pentacles, discs or plates inscribed with symbols that are used to consecrate objects or as earth symbols in altar setups. And also, like the pentacles that you'll hear about in my book, the only thing referenced is the actual 5-pointed pentagram, but other variations of the pentacle they use planetary symbols, astrological symbols pertaining to different Goetia spirits, like all sorts of other different archetypal symbols can be used on a pentacle for the same purposes, and like these are just the ones that use the 5 elements, and that is the most common because of Wicca. So that's not 100% necessary, or like that's not 100% of the time, that's not how they are. But anyway, back to the book reading. These tools correspond to the classical elements of earth, air, fire, and water. and each plays a specific role within ritual magic, helping to balance and invoke the energies associated with these elements. In ritual settings, magical tools are used to perform several functions: invocation, calling upon deities, spirits, or elemental forces; energy manipulation, directing psychic energies to accomplish specific tasks, and elemental energies and all those other types of energies; symbolic representation, embodying metaphysical concepts or elemental forces during rituals. And also, when you're using the symbolic meaning, that's like for sympathetic magic and like for the theater aspect, that like it focuses the intentions of a group or your observers as well to create energy there. And protection, guarding the practitioner from negative energies or psychic forces through the overpowering effects of the energy of the magical tool and the intent and the rituals of its creation and everything going into its creation, you know? So yeah, and to the final paragraph of this first chapter. These tools are not merely passive instruments. They actively participate in the rituals, each adding a layer of complexity and depth to the ceremonial practices. The presence of these tools also helps create a sacred space, a microcosm of the universe, where the practitioner can interact with the forces of nature and the divine on a profound level. And that is true. When you create a magical tool, all of the energy and intent of all the historic correspondences and like I just said, all the historic and like mythological, cultural correspondences with the tool and the components and the rituals involved, they add energy, and all of those things can be harnessed and used. And you don't need to consciously, once a magical tool is made, you are aware, and like all of the components exist within it. You don't consciously need to be pulling in the power of the magical tool. It's there. It has been, the rituals and everything that go into its creation have already been done. It is there. It does its thing once it's made. And in the ritual, the whole purpose of having magical tools is you don't consciously have to pull in the energies that are like specifically associated with it. You acknowledge them in your ritual, and that pulls them in, and then you go on specifically narrating your manifestation. And like, yeah, you're built. That's the whole point of ceremonial magic and building your own stuff. And like a life of magic is a life of building power on top of power on top of power and learning and growing your entire life. So yeah, and I guess I give you some more extra tidbits in my video recording and in my read aloud, so spread the word about that too. I didn't plan that. I planned to just read the book, but you're getting quite a bit of extra information. So thanks for listening. I hope you guys got a lot out of that and enjoyed it. Peace, love, prosperity, and good creative endeavors for all of ye, my followers. And oh my gosh, I sound so like weird. That's not good. Okay, so peace, love, and prosperity, and I hope y'all get where you're wanting to go and accomplish what you're wanting to accomplish, and do it by adding great creativity and diversity to the world. Peace and prosperity and love, y'all. Bye.